Alright, we're back. We got another video here, and the thing is, Nintendo Direct, you know, they just came out of the fucking blue. We got another fucking Direct going on here. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing. I'm just gonna do some highlights, and I am gonna talk about some of these things I'm actually excited for. Some games are fucking, they're like a flyover state. They're like, you don't give two shits about them. You know, it is what it is, you know, but there's some that I think they're kind of like, you know, you want to pay attention for. And then, you know, we'll talk about the fact that we have another Direct on the 2nd of April of the Switch 2. And I'm not gonna lie, I have a feeling, and I think everyone else does, because this one was kind of like mid or not exciting. It's not the best games, but there's some respectable titles on here. Okay, all right, here we go. So we're gonna just breeze by, and we got fucking Dragon Quest up in this hole. We got Dragon Quest 1. Dragon Quest 1. We got it. We got it. We hold on. Let's turn the mic off. Let's get this going here. Dragon Quest 1. Like, holy shit. Nice. We've been kind of needing this because we got the third one. And technically the third one's like the prequel, then 1 and 2 short stories, but it's cool. It's finally cool that these got done, because I'm not gonna lie, these they look really appealing. They more or less, they look more approachable than Final Fantasy, in my opinion. And then plus the art style, you know, I'm like Toriyama's fucking art style, you know, always been a fan. But yeah, this is something that's going down. I'm hyped for this particularly, and I'm gonna get a physical on this. I still didn't get 3, but either way, still cool. Next one, we got like some random, like, here we go, No Sleep for Kaname date. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not interested in one bit. Not now. I will give it to Nintendo for their aging hardware, that they're getting this. Like, they're getting some of these little optimizations from these devs. And some people were like, you know, it's not impressive, you know, it's still shit, whatever. It's I have to give it to the devs on this, at least trying, because visual novels are some games can be cool, some games can be boring as shit. And then there's people that love them, and more power to you if you really do enjoy these. But, you know, seeing a little movie or something kind of engaging into a visual novel, it's okay. I think that's something wrong with that. Sometimes when you play too many action games or RPGs, or some game that's like really intensive on how you say, what's the damn word, you just participating, you know, actually engaging. There we go, engagement in video games. Sometimes you want to just sit back, let the brain just read and just see what's going on with the story, you know what I mean? It's like watching anime without putting too much effort, you know what I mean? There's some animes out there, they're kind of like that. That's my opinion. Roast me, I don't care. I'm just saying. Anyways, we got another one. Now, a game that came out from hell, I don't even know. Like, this game came out the blue. This is pretty interesting. You know, these remasters are coming out pretty nicely on the Switch. I do appreciate some of them, because the fact that some of these developers, they do some work on the remasters. Now, there's some that just don't do jack crap. Like, they don't do nothing much to it. It looks like it's running fine on the Switch. You know, not too much of a struggle, because I know some RPGs, man, you could get that thing to a slog. But it really just depends on, you know, the devs. And like I said, you know, this one looks okay. It looks like she looks pretty fun. You know, it got some like engagement on dialogue, you know, actual little battles you can do and all that. But, you know, just another RPG in the game, you know, remastered RPG or JRPG. But it's pretty cool. Alright, now, next one, we are going to Shadow. Now, this one, I have to say, this one's pretty cool. This one's pretty cool, as I'm not an ultra nerd for Metroidvanias, but it's pretty cool. Is they're messing with Pac-Man and they're messing with like some JRPG kind of like edge story, whatever this is. They're just trying to do something different, I guess. I don't know, or something new. But I think this one seems pretty fun. Now, are we gonna get like some basic power-ups? Are we gonna get like, you know, different things with Pac-Man? Because, you know, Pac-Man is kind of like an aged IP, you know? Pac-Man really is just the same old puzzle game, you know, trying to eat up balls in a fucking map, and then you just go to the next one. Now, adding this into like a JRPG and having like mechanics and all this kind of shit, it makes it interesting. And you're eating shit, and then you're upgrading shit, which is pretty cool. I think just knock it, try it out, give it a shot, and yeah, and it has like a dark side to it. That's something interesting I want to look into. July 18th, that's gonna be pretty nice, around the corner. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if you're into these rhythm games, man, you're eating good on this Direct, because this one is a classic. If I'm correct, this one has to be from the PSP. And it's pretty cool how they came back with this, you know? It's nice that they're coming back and give them a little like facelift and just adding them on to the Switch. I think the Switch is a really good platform that they bring older games to life, and it just has a place to stay on, you know? It's pretty cool. It's nice. Now, I don't know if this is going to be having a physical copy, but it's either way though, I think it's still pretty fun that this is happening now. I really don't know this game like that, but it looks like it's just a good time. You know, the graphics look okay, you know, it's not slogging or anything like that, and it shouldn't really, because it's, you know, the art, it's not demanding much, or the graphics or anything like that, but it looks like a good time. July the 11th, damn, it's pretty nice. Now, this one, it's a farm game. It's a flyover for me, at least. Now, if you're a big fan of farm games, look at that glider, nice. If you're a big fan of farm games and activities like that, that's cool. But that's a no-go. Now this right here, this is the meats. This is like, alright, we got to the entree. We just had fucking the appetizers. Like, holy shit. Prime 4, baby. Metroid Prime 4. We're gonna get a little sneak peek, a little glimpse. You know, we're seeing what's going on with this game. And honestly, this is fucking cool. I honestly am happy for Metroid fans, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a casual gamer. I jump from IPs all the time, and I always try to see something new or something different. But with this looks good. You know, it's nice to get finally this game going, because this thing has been in development hell for I don't know how long. Man, this got brought up like years ago. Years ago. Now we're getting like gameplay, the details, everything, and it's nice. It's nice. I really just hope that there's no like technical issues, like graphic wise, you know. Come on, give us the solid 30 frames. Solid 30 frames, you know, with this game. Or you know, wonderful audio just loves to corrupt itself. This is Editor Me here. And yeah, we're just gonna be like talking for just liking and subscribing this channel. Other than that, enjoy the video. Bye. Or with the Switch 2, the fact that this game could go ahead and you know, really just shine, you know what I mean? Like, it gives it that nice upgrade, you know, with the look, but we haven't seen anything yet. We're gonna be waiting on April the 2nd, unfortunately. Now, we're gonna be cutting through this. Let's see here. Alright, yeah, and then the crazy thing is, we didn't even get a date. We just got, alright, coming 2025. I already know they're gonna hold out for Switch 2. This is something Switch 2 is gonna come out. Oh, look, a new suit. which is nice. It looks pretty damn sick. I'm not gonna lie. Red, and it's a nice shade too. That's gonna be pretty cool. Now we got Disney bullshit. Another Flower game. We are flying over. All right, here we go. Next game. All right. Oh, Spellbinding. Oh, wonderful. No. If you're into this stuff, cool. It's awesome. But we're flying over, okay? We're moving on. We're moving forward. Now, here we go. Now, this is my kind of sauce right here. The Eternal Life of the Golden Man. Now, this looks pretty damn cool. You know, you got like a platformer going on. It has like Cuphead vibes, you know? And it's just basically a 2D platformer. I don't know what else you want to put to it. But it looks freaking cool. It looks really fun. And it looks like it's like full of energy with like the settings and the backgrounds and everything. Now, seeing this was nice. Gradius Origins. Holy shit. Now that's nice. I like Gradius. Gradius is a cool game. You know, bullet, you know, shoot 'em ups. They're hard as fuck. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, you can't begin with the new shit, because the new shit feels like they handicap you a lot, but in this, it's pretty tough. Now, what is this? Oh no, it's basically like it's a spin-off Salamander, and it's almost pretty much the same thing with Gradius, but either way, yeah, just these kind of games, man, they're kind of fun and they have their own little spot. Now this, I don't know what the hell. This is, like, if you're into like a Guitar Hero kind of like rhythm game, that's cool, and it has like a real artistic form, and it's cutesy. I'm not gonna lie, the art looks freaking cool. You know, they're gonna have leaderboards and everything, which is really nice. But I'm not into it. I don't know. Like, maybe it's because the fact that the music, maybe. I don't know. Like, that this is something totally not my zone, but now this one right here is interesting. It's a cutesy game. It's like for kids. I think probably I could give this to my wife, maybe myself, maybe if I give it, you know, it's a Tamagotchi. This one, you know, or Tamagotchi, there we go, my apologies. They think they pronounce it differently in this, because technically Gotchi is a different one. This one looks like you just turn your brain off, you play the game, you can interact with people, and it seems pretty cool. There's a lot of different activities, which is pretty nice, and you get your money's worth. Now let's talk about the big dog, okay? We got Pokemon ZA, whatever you want to call it. Pokemon is back and coming in a bit different. This time we got a little bit more info. So this I'm telling you, like, this direct was mainly aiming for like farm. You got rhythm games, you got Pokemon, you got Metroid. Okay. And you know, this was on a separate direct a while back. I think about a month ago or so. But look at this thing. Whoa. Hold up. Look at this thing. Alright, here we go. It's a pretty big city. There's probably gonna be like 8 sectors. Something like that. I don't know. What I do know is that it's gonna be kind of different. And when I'm saying that is because, you know, as it shows on, it is being different as you catch your Pokemon different in these little zones. You know, let's pass. There we go. So you got these little zones. You know, you're gonna catch your Pokemon in these zones, the wild zones. And it feels like, if you think about it, from all the way to Gen 1, the Safari zones, right? That's my head is thinking. But then look at the UI. It's nice and just sleek a little bit. You got, look at that, the UI on the side. I think they really took a lot of ideas from like Arceus Legends. And I think they've really pushed more on this. Now, obviously, we're gonna need this on Beyond Switch 2, and we need this full running, gas turning, everything. Because I know a lot of Pokemon fans have been complaining about this. Now, here's the cool thing. I was ranting on just a tad bit, but now here's the cool thing. Those same zones, those wild zones, now you got areas to battle like trainers and shit. So I guess it's like some kind of like battle royale mode or something. Yeah, see, ZA Royale. Yeah, and then you got like, I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. Like a little twist. You can either and it just battle on the mode. Like supposedly you could sneak attack. Fucking, like, there we go. See, you could fucking sneak and knock out other like Pokemon with an advantage like that, or like, you know, obviously if you know, like, you know, the weaknesses and defenses and offensive stuff with Pokemon, the strategic stuff, like the real technical stuff, it's gonna help you out a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a casual gamer with this as well, and I haven't played Pokemon hardcore since like Gen 4 or 5, something like that. Now, see that they have these rank systems, which is pretty damn cool. But once you get like up the chain, it's supposed to get harder and it gets more intense. So this is something pretty interesting with this Pokemon game. I'm definitely gonna get it. I'm gonna try it because it's not gonna be like a traditional Pokemon game. Back when I played like those other gens, it was just copy and paste a little bit. There was some newer Pokemon that came in really good and it was just different. Right now, see, even at that, its footage is a product under development. Actual gameplay experience may vary. See, so like, that's what I'm wondering. Late 2025, I already have a feeling this is going to be on the Switch too. And I have a feeling there's going to be an uplift on graphics. I have a feeling. Right now, we're waiting on that Switch too. We want to see like how the gameplay is going to be. What's the whole deal about this? Like, it's going to be pretty interesting. And we need the shake up. We need the shake up on the graphics side at least because, you know, Switch is old already and we need the new stuff now. Now, let's go ahead. We saw this. Oh, now this, another rhythm game. I heard this is from like an older title. I think it's like a DS game. I don't remember. But, like, the beginning's kind of weird, but then that's when it starts popping off. The music starts popping off. And honestly, this is a pretty cute game. Another cute game that I think like older titles like from other like systems need to come back to the Switch. It just makes the Switch like an all-in-one system. You know, there we go. See, Rhythm Heaven Groove. It's like a new game. So my apologies, it's not a remaster. It is a new game in that series, but for the next year. So like, it's pretty cool. It's not bad. It's something that we have to see further down the line. Now, oh, here we go. Another crazy controversial thing about this Switch Direct. This whole thing. Now they want to do like, oh, you have a game that I don't have. Can I borrow it? Okay. Digital. So they're doing a proprietary system, like DRM or whatever you want to call it. And there we go, virtual game card, and they want you, so you could like literally, for any digital games, become virtual game cards, and then they you know, if you have another Switch or you have another system or another account, you'll be able to share them, and then you know they'll have it for a limited of 14 days to play that game or whatever. I guess maybe to get us more social. I don't know. I'm a big physical collector, so this is gonna be interesting. I just imagine like something happening to that Switch. You know what I mean? Like data acquired, whatever. But like I hope it's really just tied down to your goddamn account, like it's supposed to be. Because this could be a big freaking headache later down the line when you're missing games. Excuse me. But it's gonna be very odd. And you see, like, wait, let's go back. Load on another system, lent to a family member. See, that's something I'm wondering about. Like, it's something that I'm wondering, you're gonna have to download right away? Are you gonna like, you're gonna have to wait until it's downloaded ready and then it's in the system. Like, that's something that's gonna be very interesting. And supposedly this update is coming like at the end of next month or something like that. Yeah, this is very odd for a digital thing. Like, now I get it because Family Share does work for Steam, and yeah, it's nice. You know, you add them in a group, and you know, whoever's able to play it, they're added to the group, and they'll play it. Now, this is, I guess maybe it's because it's making it more friendly on the Nintendo hardware, because Nintendo has been known in the past. Hold on. Alright, hold on. Alright, we want this. Okay, there we go. Open the home menu, select virtual game cards, and select the same user, Andy. So link when the guide appears. So, like, this is gonna be interesting. Like, fucking very interesting how this is gonna be, like, family group members. So, up to 8 Nintendo account users connected together in a family group. So basically, you know, your family all together, and I guess that's just how it's gonna be, because you can't do this on the front random, like, oh, hey, what's up, dude, what games do you got? Like, oh, I got these games, oh, let's try to share, oh yeah. And you know, you could add them to the family group, you could share a game like that, and then it's like gone in 14 days, and then you gotta like get them removed from your account. I think this is more not for random people. I think this is more for like family, the kiddos, so they won't fight over a game or something like that. I don't know, because you don't have a physical. This is something that it's gonna happen. It's gonna be weird. So now here's the thing. This is what I'm wondering about. You know, after the Switch 2, because, you know, the Switch 2 is going to get old one day. Are we going to just go all digital? Is that the plan? Are we just stepping away from the carts and we're just going to go all digital? I don't know. I don't know. That's something way down the line. We already saw that the Switch 2 is going to have carts. So that is going to be something to talk about. It's going to be very, very interesting how this is going to play out. Now, we will see. We will definitely see how this goes. But, yeah, they're going to have to, like, yeah, you're going to have to share, load on a family members, whatever, and then, oh yeah, see, there we go. Blend, you're going to have both switches. Yeah, so it's going to be, I think this is going to be a very weird thing, because I never buy anything digital. Like, maybe like a game that's stuck on the store and you can't buy physical, then cool. You know, save data will not be erased when returning virtual game cards. See, now that's nice. That's nice, but like, this is like renting games, you know, or borrowing people's games. By national user settings, online license settings, and turn on the setting to on. You can instead to opt out to connect to the internet to start up the software. Now that, yeah, see, late April, it's gonna be a new thing, but yeah, that's something. Now there's a whole bunch of shitty, like a whole bunch, not some shitty games, but like a whole load of games are gonna come in waves. Like this one, they just gave no shits, and they just started shooting games out. So, you know, High on Life, you know, that game. Some Dear Villagers Star Overdrive. This one looks okay. Like, I'm wondering how it's gonna be. Stray Far. Jesus Christ. The Wandering Village. That's what this one's called. There you go. The Wandering Village. Now this one's, I guess, like a RPG city builder. That's gonna be interesting. I'm wondering, like, what the fuck's gonna happen if that thing dies. There we go. See, like it goes back. This is something. Jesus, that went pretty quick. Whatever. There's gonna be like some kind of city mechanic. Now, King of Meat. Now, this one looks like a shooting medieval game. Looks like a multiplayer game. That's something I'm not really interested, but it would be pretty cool to play if it's a cheap game. Lose Lagoon. What the fuck? It's like a mining game now. We got like this weird planet to mine. Okay, we got planes, we got carts. Okay, what in the hell is? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You see that? See that slowdown? We are over it. Okay. I think it's another farm game, another builder game too. Jesus, what is like generic Animal Crossing? Whatever. That's something that's coming down the line, but yeah, we're over this hardware, man. Now this one, Soja Frontier 2 Remastered. Now this is like for, I guess, a RPG from the past. Now I don't know what game is this. This seems cool for whoever isn't a fan to it. It's a flyover game for me. Available later today. There we go. See? Now, this game right here, this puzzle game is everywhere. I swear to God, I've seen this game everywhere. Now, the cool thing is, though, I will admit, they announce... Hold on. There, wait. Oh, wait. We're waiting for it. There we go. So they announced like the third game they're already developing, and it's gonna come out on the Switch as well, and I think PC as well. I don't know, some other stuff, but it's coming out this summer. Now this one is pretty cool. It's another remaster of an older game. It's Hot Shots, but it's let me see the name. Everybody's Golf's Hot Shot or something like that. And yeah, you can see like this is like really trying. It's trying its best. It's trying its best to run this game. Like, it's not as bad as others, like that other one that was like kind of on the slog. But you know that the graphics are held back on this. Jesus, like it looks pretty good though for a Hot Shots game. Looks fun. There we go. Later this year. Now, this little beat 'em up from Marvel Cosmic Invasion. It's coming out on a bunch of different platforms as well. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a good pickup for the Switch. Beat 'em ups are fun, and if you're into it, I think this should be a solid one. But we have to see. If they have a physical, that would be nice. That'd be really nice to pick up. Yeah, there we go. See, look at that. You got like a whole little ship in the background. I'm like wondering, this is like the level, or this is part of the UI. And then they got co-op for this game, which is pretty damn cool, because we all just want to play together, with each other. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. Another thing too, I'm wondering if there's any more games with this. Any more games, any more characters. My apologies, characters. Now, this was the last one where we thought we were gonna get something bigger, but we got Tamagotchi, another Tamagotchi game. Now, it looks like it's running fine because it's an old title. Not old title. It is a not a demanding title. There we go. Not demanding. I have to watch my words. You can see a little slowdown right there. Yep, a little slowdown right there. Like, we finally got some Tomodachi, in life. And that's the crazy thing. This is the crazy thing. How big is this game gonna be? Like, 2026? Like, are we just shooting for the Switch 2? Like, I guess, some other people were thinking, and I have read the comments. I was watching a Twitch streamer on this too, and he made a comment where they're just like, I guess they're putting all in for Switch 2. I think on the Switch 2 Direct on April the 2nd of this year, 2025, that they're gonna put all the juicy stuff, all the Mamma Mia, the fucking Mario, the Mario Kart, the fucking Donkey Kong, something. They're gonna be putting more, because honestly, let's be honest, Metroid is like the beeline of of like Nintendo IP. They're not on the front row, okay? I'm sorry to tell you, Mario, Luigi, and not even Princess Peach either. Princess Peach is probably in the back in the beeline too, but like, I don't know. I'm very happy though that Prime 4 is finally coming to be finished already and just get out of development hell. which is very nice and dandy, but this is something that, you know, it's a transfer from Switch to Switch 2, and this is kind of like I said, it was like, if you're into like these smaller titles, are you into like these indie games, remasters, rhythm games? There was like a couple of farm games, a couple, you know, those remasters with the JRPGs, which were pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of very interested. And that one Metrovania for the with that Pac-Man deal. Let me see. That was like in the beginning. There we go. Shadow Labyrinth. That one looks pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. But other than that, you know, the big dogs are not in town. Not in this one. And if they do not put something big and juicy on that Switch 2 Direct, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be a funky ass launch, because they're gonna be launching the hardware with no big juicy title. Like, you know, we got Mario Odyssey on release for the Switch. That thing was awesome. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That was awesome. Now, here's the thing. If we went back to the other Direct about showing off the reveal for Switch 2, we got a little glimpse of Mario Kart in that shit. And let's be really honest, I think there's going to be Mario Kart 9. Now, is that going to be the big hitter? And I think so, yes. I think they already proved themselves on the Switch Online for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that it can hold up together. It's not Band-Aid. It's not as bad as some people can make it, unless like you got some shitty ass hardware or something. But Mario Kart 9 has to hit really hard, and we'll see how many tracks they got. We'll see how many cars they got, what new tricks you can do in that, what modes. We're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see, unfortunately. Now, is there any other bigger titles on that Switch 2 Direct? You know, we're gonna have to see. You know what I mean? Like, that's something we're wondering. Because we're gonna see the hardware, we're gonna see gameplay. We want to see the upgrade. Supposedly the specs are gonna be as close as a fucking PS4. And if we're gonna get PS4 level of graphics, handheld for the Switch, I think, honestly, because I'm not gonna lie, graphics wise, everything's been kind of really up on the PC end and up on PS5, Xbox One, Series X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's not like a giant leap. They're still experimenting with like ray tracing. It's still being kind of like transferred to games. But it's not mainstream yet. It's not like where every game has it. You know, it's not like damn, that you know, oh, that was a thing that was like, oh, all right, cool. Now we got ray tracing in every game. Now we're in the process of doing that, but we're not in the process of doing that yet. Like it's still in the transfer of that process. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, because like, if you're gonna go back in time, shadows were a big thing. You know, lighting in video games. That was like a big piece of the graphics department back then. You know, so coming down to this, we just gonna have to wait and see. But either way, this is pretty much the Switch Direct. Oh, and by the way, they did like some stupid app thing for news. I thought was stupid. It's not even worth talking about. But other than that, that's all I got on this Direct. It's like a 5 out of 10. We'll see you on the next one.